The world profits from your emotional reactions, and most people never realize it. Every insult, every argument, every provocation is a test of who controls your mind. Calm people move differently. Because they understand something emotionally reactive, people never will. The less you react, the more powerful you become in a world addicted to chaos. This is the art of being unbothered in a world that constantly tries to disturb your peace. Number 1. Why modern society wants you emotionally weak. The world doesn't reward peace anymore. It rewards reaction. Every platform is fighting for your emotions because emotional people stay addicted longer. Anger spreads faster than wisdom, and outrage travels faster than truth. That's why your feed is filled with conflict, drama, fear, and endless emotional triggers. Modern society discovered something dangerous about human psychology. An emotionally unstable mind is easier to influence, easier to manipulate, and easier to control. Every notification competes for your attention like it's fighting for survival. Every headline is designed to provoke anxiety before you even finish reading it. People no longer ask, "Is this true?" Because emotions now matter more than reality. The internet rewards whoever reacts the loudest, not whoever thinks the deepest. Calm people confuse this system because calm people cannot be emotionally controlled. That's why toxic people become uncomfortable when you stop reacting emotionally to their behavior. Some people insult you not because they hate you, but because your reaction gives them emotional validation. Office drama survives because emotional tension keeps everyone psychologically distracted. Online arguments continue because people secretly enjoy the dopamine rush of conflict and attention. Even fake friends sometimes provoke you just to measure how much emotional power they still have over your mind. The modern world trains people to react instantly instead of thinking carefully. Instant anger has become more normal than emotional discipline. Most people are mentally exhausted not because life is hard, but because constant emotional stimulation never stops. Fear sells faster than peace, and negativity keeps audiences emotionally hooked for hours. That's why peaceful minds are becoming rare in a society addicted to emotional chaos. The person who stays calm in a world full of provocation becomes impossible to manipulate. Real power begins the moment your emotions stop being controlled by other people's behavior. Because when nobody can force a reaction out of you anymore, they slowly lose access to your peace. And in today's world, protecting your peace has become one of the most rebellious things a person can do. Number 2. The hidden power of people who stay calm. Calm people are often mistaken for weak people until their silence starts intimidating everyone around them. Most people react instantly because modern culture trained them to confuse emotional reactions with strength. But real power begins the moment you stop giving every emotion public access to your mind. Powerful people rarely rush to defend themselves because confidence has no urgency. The loudest person in the room usually carries the weakest emotional control. Silence creates mystery because people become uncomfortable when they cannot predict your reactions. Manipulators survive on emotional access, and calmness quietly starves them of control. The moment someone realizes they cannot provoke you, their influence over you immediately starts collapsing. Most arguments are not searches for truth. They are competitions for emotional dominance. Emotionally disciplined people understand that protecting peace is more valuable than winning temporary battles. Modern society rewards outrage because angry people stay addicted to screens, notifications, and endless emotional stimulation. Every emotional reaction feeds an economy designed to profit from your attention. Stoicism teaches that external chaos becomes powerless once internal control becomes stronger than temporary emotion. Calmness is not weakness, avoidance, or fear. It is controlled emotional precision. Some people react to everything because silence forces them to confront their own inner emptiness. The strongest individuals learn how to pause before emotions hijack their decisions. That pause alone separates emotionally intelligent people from emotionally controlled people. People who master their emotions become harder to manipulate, harder to pressure, and harder to mentally exhaust. Emotional control has become a modern superpower in a world addicted to instant reactions. Attention has become currency, which means your reaction is valuable even when your peace is destroyed in the process. Calm people understand something most people never learn. Not every disrespect deserves a performance. The less emotionally available you become to toxic energy, the more mentally untouchable you start feeling. Silence unsettles manipulators because they lose access to the emotional buttons they depended on controlling. The moment people realize they cannot control your emotions, they lose power over you. And in a world constantly trying to provoke you, staying calm quietly becomes the rarest form of dominance. Number 3. 7 situations where you must stop reacting immediately. Someone insults you in front of everyone, and your silence makes them uncomfortable instead of powerful. Most people expect emotional reactions because emotional people are easier to control. The strongest person in the room is usually the one speaking the least during chaos. Imagine walking into work while everyone waits for you to react to gossip about your name. Instead of defending yourself immediately, you continue your day like their opinions never touched your peace. That level of calm terrifies insecure people more than anger ever will. Imagine reading a hateful comment designed specifically to ruin your mood before bedtime. Weak minds type emotional paragraphs back. Disciplined minds close the app and keep building their future. Attention is the reward toxic people crave more than anything else. The moment you stop reacting emotionally, manipulators slowly lose interest in you. Some family members pressure you because your independence reminds them of their own limitations. Not every misunderstanding deserves a long explanation that drains your energy for hours. Emotionally mature people understand that peace is more valuable than being understood by everyone. Imagine sitting quietly while passive-aggressive people desperately try pulling you into unnecessary drama. Their frustration grows because your calmness blocks the emotional control they wanted over your mind. Silence is not weakness when it comes from self-control instead of fear. Toxic workplaces survive on emotional reactions, gossip cycles, and people constantly proving themselves emotionally. Smart people observe everything quietly, while emotional people expose themselves through overreactions. Delayed success destroys impatient people because modern society trained them to expect instant validation from everything. But emotionally disciplined people keep moving even when nobody claps for their progress yet. Becoming unbothered does not mean becoming cold, emotionless, or disconnected from humanity completely. It means protecting your mental peace from people addicted to chaos, control, and emotional games. Every reaction costs energy, focus, confidence, and sometimes even your future opportunities. The calmest people are dangerous because they think clearly while everyone else loses emotional control. The moment you master your reactions, the world loses its ability to disturb your inner peace. Number 4. How to train yourself to become emotionally untouchable. Most people destroy their own peace by reacting too quickly to temporary emotions. Emotionally intelligent people pause first, because one emotional reaction can create years of unnecessary damage. The pause between trigger and response is where personal power is built silently. When somebody disrespects you, your first emotion is rarely your wisest decision. Calm people are not weak people. They are trained people with emotional discipline. Your nervous system remembers chaos, which is why constant conflict slowly destroys inner peace and mental clarity. The strongest minds learn how to regulate emotions before emotions begin controlling their entire life. Controlled silence is a psychological weapon most emotionally reactive people will never understand. Not every insult deserves an explanation, and not every opinion deserves your emotional energy. Some people provoke others only to feel powerful, important, or emotionally relevant for a moment. The moment you stop reacting emotionally, manipulators suddenly lose interest because they lost control over your mind. Emotionally mature people protect their peace more aggressively than they protect their image. Peace is expensive. That's why emotionally mature people protect it aggressively. Energy protection means becoming selective about conversations, environments, and people that constantly drain your emotional stability. Every stressful interaction conditions your brain either toward emotional chaos or emotional resilience. Detachment is not becoming cold. It is learning how to stop depending on validation from emotionally unstable people. Powerful people do not waste hours proving themselves to strangers who already misunderstood them intentionally. Mental resilience grows every time you stay calm in situations that once controlled your emotions completely. Ask yourself one question before reacting emotionally. Will this situation even matter 5 years from now? Most problems lose power the moment you stop feeding them your emotional attention and mental energy. Emotional conditioning happens daily, which means every reaction is either training weakness or training inner control. The world respects people who remain composed, while everybody else loses emotional control under pressure. Becoming emotionally untouchable starts the moment you stop giving temporary people permanent access to your peace. Silence, patience, and emotional detachment create a level of confidence that arguments can never achieve. The ultimate form of self-respect is staying calm in a world desperately trying to provoke your emotions every day. Number 5. The final level, becoming truly unbothered. Most people destroy their peace trying to prove themselves to people who are never worth the explanation. Real power begins the moment you stop needing everyone to understand you. Becoming unbothered is not becoming cold. It is learning which battles deserve your soul. Emotionally mature people do not react to every insult, every opinion, or every misunderstanding thrown at them. They understand something dangerous. Not every reaction is strength. Sometimes silence is the highest form of control. The world keeps provoking you because emotional people are easier to manipulate, distract, and exhaust. Calm people become difficult to control because they think before they react. There is a different kind of confidence in someone who no longer needs validation from strangers, coworkers, family, or social media. Peace becomes powerful when it is protected intentionally. Some people will test your patience simply because your calmness exposes their inner chaos. You do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not need to explain your growth to people committed to misunderstanding you. The strongest minds know how to detach emotionally without losing their humanity. Being unbothered means protecting your energy like your future depends on it. Because it does. Mentally disciplined people stop chasing approval and start choosing inner peace over temporary attention. Freedom begins when other people's opinions stop controlling your emotions. The more secure you become internally, the less noise affects you externally. True emotional mastery is remaining calm in situations designed to break your composure. Some of the most dangerous people in the world look calm, while everyone else loses control around them. They do not waste energy reacting emotionally to temporary chaos. They stay focused. They stay centered. Inner peace is not weakness. It is emotional strength that most people never develop. Self-respect grows quietly when you stop begging for acceptance from people who never valued your presence. Becoming truly unbothered means realizing your peace is too expensive to be disturbed by every little thing. Eventually, you understand that protecting your mind is more important than winning arguments that change nothing. The strongest people are not the loudest people. They are the people who remain calm while the world desperately tries to disturb them.